music history that never fully go away. They keep coming back, sometimes through interviews, sometimes through old photos, and sometimes through people who claim they were there when everything was happening. One of those stories involves three of the biggest names the industry has ever seen: the legendary Michael Jackson, the rising superstar Aaliyah, and the powerful hip-hop figure Jay-Z. Over the years, people close to the music business have shared stories about how protective Michael Jackson could be, especially when it came to younger artists. Some insiders even claimed that he tried to guide or warn certain singers who were stepping into the complicated world of fame and powerful industry circles.
I'm not supposed to say what I'm gonna say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret. Please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? Turn that off, please. Know what? I don't mind. Tape it. Tommy Mottola is a devil.
So here you were, 19? Mm-hmm. Okay, and he was 20 years older, and he's interested in you romantically.
Mariah Carey came to me crying. She was crying so bad I had to hold her.
Is it true that Tommy Mottola was the first man that you went to bed with? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
He's great. I mean, he's like the best person in the world.
He believed in me. You could be as big as Michael Jackson, he would say to me.
He made...
Okay.
And Sony owes me money.
That was the marketing.
Sony owes me money. That's why everyone keeps trying to attack me and destroy all my money-making things and my shows and my concerts, because I'm calling out on all the people that owe me money.
Well, yeah, I mean, that album, sooner or later, like I said, does
Where's my money?
90
Sony
million.
Records, pay me my money.
And that was your first album in how many years?
Michael Jackson, man, told me never to sign with Sony Records, and now I know why he did.
Michael Jackson told you never to sign with Sony, because he had a bunch of problems with Sony.
He went on stage and flicked them off and said F you to him.
Yeah. But the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad. And the story is very sad in the end, because the companies take advantage of them. They really do. And Sony being the artist that I am at Sony, I've generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer myself would outthink them.
My brother, who is a and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can, so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. But they had cops come and check for a rope in my garage, saying I want...
Hi.
Hi, Beyonce.
How you doing?
Oh, good. I really appreciate you doing this because we're giving back.
I'm very honored. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes. Sweet.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Many children will have to cry before we all take a stand.
And then one day, I didn't even invite Mike to the party. Mike just showed up at the party. And guess what he was looking for?
Dip?
No, we're looking for no dip.
I don't know. That's what I would be looking for.
So I'm in the party, I'm hosting, you know, I'm being the hostess with the mostest and everything, and then, you know, the security, they come over to me, they say, Mr. Combs, Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you. I'm like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So then I go and I find Mike. I'm like, Mike, what's up? What you doing here? Thanks for coming. Then so I get him a booth. We go to the booth. We start chit-chatting. And so right there, he has his arm, bring that up so they can see his arm around me. But then you don't see the shot of him whispering in my ear. Right after the shot was taken, he whispers in my ear. He says, where's Beyonce?
Really? Really? Wow. Wow. She was at the party.
He came to the party to holler at Beyonce. This was before Jay-Z though, you know what I'm saying? He came to the party to holler at Beyonce, finds her and dances with Beyonce in the party.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're in Las Vegas and yeah, time to talk about it, right? But it's one of P. Diddy's famous parties. And Michael never goes to parties. He's not into that scene.
From Michael Jackson's final stand to Kesha's courtroom drama, Sony has been at the center of artists' legal battles for decades. This is a story Sony doesn't want you to know. The story of their victims. All right, let's start with the king of pop himself. Now, everybody knows Michael Jackson, but what y'all might not know is how Sony basically sabotaged the greatest entertainer of all time. You see, MJ and Sony had a beautiful relationship at first. Michael released his hits under Epic Records, which was bought by Sony in 1988. I mean, we're talking some of the greatest and highest selling records of all time. Sony was eating good off Mike. But then something changed, and that something was called Sony ATV Music Publishing. So let me break it down. So in 1985, MJ bought the Beatles catalog for $47 million, which gave him ownership of the publishing company called ATV Music. It was a smart business move. And then in 1995, he merged it with Sony's publishing to create Sony ATV. This allowed Mike to own half of one of the most valuable music catalogs in the world. He didn't just have ownership in the Beatles songs. He had a piece of multiple major artists' music.
People don't really understand is that people say, yo, Michael owned the Beatles catalog. No, Michael owned Sony ATV, half of it.
I heard.
So when Tommy was trying to sign me when I was 18, Michael was trying to sign me because he owned half of Sony ATV.
Everything was cool. That's when Sony switched up. The main issue started in the early 2000s. By 2001, Mike dropped Invincible, but he was waiting for his contract with Sony to expire so he could manage everything himself. He wanted out and he tried to work things out with the president of Sony, Tommy Mottola. But in retaliation, the label started pulling back on pushing the album.
So I'm leaving Sony a free agent. I own half of Sony's publishing and I'm leaving them. They're very angry at me because of it. I just did good business, you know? The way they get revenge is to try and destroy my album. But good art never dies. And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
Now this is Michael Jackson we're talking about, the man who made Thriller, and Sony barely pushed the album. Michael also realized that the lawyer he was working with was also working with Sony, and the label was pressuring him to buy parts of his royalties. But Mike knew what was up. They wanted his catalog. They wanted him to default on the loan so they could swoop in and take half of Sony ATV. So what did Mike do? Oh, he was ready to blow shit up. In 2002, he pulled up to Al Sharpton's headquarters in Harlem and let it all out. He called Tommy Mottola, the head of Sony, a racist and a devil in public in front of everybody, multiple times. But he didn't stop there. This man got on a double-decker bus with a bunch of fans and circled Sony's headquarters. He held up a poster with Mottola's face with devil horns on it. You see, Sony spent $30 million making Invincible, but only $25 million promoting it. And just for comparison, they spent about $50 million promoting Celine Dion's album that same year. No hate to Celine Dion, but she ain't Michael Jackson. The result? Invincible only sold 6 million copies. And for Michael Jackson, that's a flop.
It would have been so much bigger back then if him and Tommy weren't beefing. So if Michael would have had his fair shake, because, you know, they went on not to promote. Like, Michael had a vision. Like, I was part of it. I remember him saying, we're going to come out with this first, and we're going to shoot a short film, The Threat, and we're going to shoot a short film. Yeah, you know, with Unbreakable, and I'm going to have Biggie, because I had the Biggie verse, and I'm going to have Biggie in the video in a hologram type form. He had all his vision. So when I look at that, I'm like, yo, he didn't get a chance to promote because whatever business wasn't right at that time.
That's why.
And so after Michael tragically passed away, guess what Sony did? They ended up buying Michael's estate's share of the catalog. So in the end, they got exactly what they wanted. In 2002, the king of pop stood before a crowd in Harlem.
Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, He's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish.
In 2016, a pop star begged the judge for her freedom.
Free Kesha now! Free Kesha now! Free Kesha now! Free Kesha now!
In 1993, one of music's most powerful voices was silenced behind closed doors. And in 1994, a superstar chose career suicide over corporate slavery.
What is it going to mean for the record industry?
Oh, I've got that. Different artists, different battles, same corporation. There's a building in New York City. From the outside, it looks like any other corporate tower. Glass, steel, concrete. But inside these walls, decisions are made that shape what the entire world listens to. Sony Music Entertainment, the second largest music company on earth, parent company to Columbia Records, the oldest label in America. RCA Records, where Elvis became a legend. Epic Records, where Michael Jackson made history. And many other smaller labels and companies. Combined, they control the careers of thousands of artists, generate billions in revenue, and define the soundtrack of our lives. But power like that, it don't come without a price. And that price, it always seems to come at the expense of the artist. It starts the same way every time. A young artist with a gift, a contract that promises the world, success beyond imagination. And then, along the way, something changes. The artist gets bigger, becomes a household name. They want creative control over their own music. They don't just question the numbers, they dare to say no. And that's when Sony shows its true face. What I'm about to show you is not conspiracy theory or speculation or anything like that. It's documented, court records, testimonies, evidence that's been buried under settlements and NDAs for decades.
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I overdosed you on drugs. They can do a lot of things.
Who could do these things?
It's not the government. It's more than the government. But I don't know, Tita. I don't care. They can take me. I don't even care my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My angels. I want them to be safe.
Michael.
And it's
weeks after Gabriella's disappearance, a statement appeared on the internet from someone claiming to have seen the supermodel at the local police station. The man, who was a lawyer visiting a client at the time, had this to say, translated from Spanish. Quote, "At the time, I was in the same place where the girl was taken after being arrested. I still remember her face full of despair, fear, anguish. Being in front of her, I felt from her a very heavy and strange feeling. I approached her and asked her some questions, if she knew where she lived, etc. She told me that we were all already dead, that we all were, that we belonged to them, among other very strange things that simply left me paralyzed. After 20 minutes of being with her, some tall, well-dressed guys..."
Who owns the New York Times? Is that Carlos Slim?
He has a piece of it.
Yeah, he is the wealthiest man in the world.
And he's a good guy. I know him.
You know Carlos
Yeah,
Slim?
good guy.
How much money is that guy worth?
He's got a lot of money. I don't know what it is.
It's got to be like 100
Under
billion.
siege, yes, 60 billion or something.
Oh my God.
Under siege, but that's okay.
And what is it? It's none of my business. But what are you worth? A guy like you.
They say I'm only worth $9 billion.
$9 billion?
Yeah.
Only worth $9 billion.
Oh, I don't feel so good when you mention Carlos Slim.
Yeah.
But you're right, the Twitter
of security was Fahim Muhammad. Quote, in 2008, Fahim graduated from Sacramento State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with a concentration in real estate and marketing. Michael Jackson died just 1 year after Fahim apparently graduated from college. Fahim was Michael Jackson's head of security and apparently second on the scene when Michael died. Then Fahim winds up as Diddy's head of security. Kind of weird. By the way, before we get off of Fahim Muhammad, remember his specialty in real estate from college? Well, he owns a real estate company, and he apparently has land right on the Mexico border. Check this out.
Fahim Muhammad bought 198 acres out here in Boulevard to get away.
It's real quiet.
The wall is right there. Remember, that's from back during Biden's term when there was all kinds of problems at the border. If you owned land on the border where no one was there, I have a feeling there were people jumping over a fence, dropping babies over a fence and running through your land. That's a whole other dig though. But just suffice it to say that I have questions about why exactly did you choose to buy all that land right on the border wall, Fahim, while you're simultaneously the head of security of this sort of trafficking operation that's having these freak-offs where there's allegations that there were party favors and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't help but feel like they're trying the wrong case.
Because every empire has its cleanup crew. And for Diddy, that was Fahim Muhammad, aka Mr. Fix-It. From overseeing security to internal business affairs, Fahim ensured that nothing got out that wasn't supposed to.
There is no evidence in the Epstein files that supports any claim of cannibalism. A community note added to one of the viral posts states clearly, quote, "There is no evidence DeGeneres engaged in cannibalism." It is true that DeGeneres' name reportedly appears among more than 300 high-profile individuals referenced in the broader Epstein document index. However, appearance in investigative materials does not equal wrongdoing. Many names included in the files appear in third-party communications, interviews, flight logs, or peripheral documentation without any allegations of criminal conduct. Other well-known figures referenced in the broader index reportedly include Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, James Comey, and Oprah Winfrey, among many others.
People say would explain how certain artists were insulated while others got thrown away the moment they became liabilities.
5 explaining how Jay-Z and Pusha T were drug dealers for Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein.
And then the emails resurface. Barclays CEO Jez Staley allegedly telling Epstein that the reason the US doesn't see mass uprisings like Brazil is because people are pacified by bread and circuses, hip-hop included, and saying the group that should be in the streets has been bought off by Jay-Z. And suddenly Kanye's old words don't sound random anymore, saying if people like Jay-Z ever told the truth, they'd go to jail, saying control is the real game and that he was never wrong, just early.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
They control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
First thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm fucking coming for everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. So I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, or be that, all of that. Fuck all of them.
Someone else says, it's over for Jay-Z. I keep saying he'll be the only guy arrested from the Epstein files, the fall guy. Somebody says it's deeper than that. Jay-Z is.
Like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, you know, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. Then an hour, we put the kids away, it's all good. Hey, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire.
Spielberg, he eats babies. Whole babies.
That looks great, thank you. What you want in a pancake is to have the consistency of young human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you. You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this.
And you're a late 50.
Yeah.
But somehow you both look the same age there. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for being with a younger man.
I suck baby's blood. And put it on my face.
Okay.
Just joking.
If the person okayed it, I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely.
I would never stop helping and loving people the way Jesus said to. He said, continue to love, always love, bring on the children, imitate the children, not childish, but childlike.